Hi, I'm Dr. Cathy Wendland-Colby, and I'm a member of the League of Chiropractic, and I am joined tonight by 4 fabulous women in chiropractic. Ladies, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Dr. Patty Guiliano.
I'm Dr. Selina Sigafoose-Jackson.
I'm Dr. Shawn Powers.
And I'm Melissa Sandford.
Fantastic. Let's talk about what it means to be a woman in this great profession of chiropractic. So, Dr. Shawn.
Well, I've always thought of myself as a chiropractor first, and a woman who practices chiropractic. And I also feel that what that means is that women sometimes have specific and special needs in chiropractic, and so the League of Chiropractic Women supports all women in chiropractic, whether you're an educator, an executive, like in an association like Melissa, a CA, a spouse. So for me, being a woman in chiropractic is about saving lives, stamping out disease, liberating human potential, and making life better.
I would have to second that motion, and that, you know, being a woman in chiropractic means that you are free. You know, that you aren't bound by man's law, which is binding and restrictive and short-sighted and full of lies, where being a woman in chiropractic is one that allows you to be free and express your innate potential, whatever level that's at, and allows you to be the expression that you're meant to be, both physically, spiritually, mentally.
So when you say man's law, you don't mean men as male population, but men
exactly.
as
men
not
as
God
in the human race,
right, as in the human
as
race.
opposed to universal.
Because we love men.
We do. I do. I love my man. Just getting that on
I
record.
love my Chiro.
And I'm guessing that would be your hubby,
That's
too.
my hubby.
See?
That's my
So
hubby.
we both have the unique privilege, I always
Three
try
of
to
us.
say,
The
the three of us
Well,
have the unique
the
privilege.
four
of us.
Four of us
Four of
of
us.
being married, see, of being married to a chiropractor. So not only do we get to adjust our spouses, but we get adjusted by our spouse. Now, for me, I always say that it's a little bit difficult being adjusted by the same person that subluxates you.
Oh, geez.
So I have to make sure that I have a backup chiropractor, right? And I personally prefer to be adjusted by a female chiropractor whenever possible.
Interesting.
I think that they're kind of more in tune with what it is that I need. And I've actually heard from patients the same thing. Now, does that mean that all of our women patients get adjusted by women in the office? Absolutely not. Our patients get adjusted by whoever they prefer that day or whoever's available. But it's definitely noticeable, the difference between being adjusted by a female and being adjusted by a male.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I just have to put in a plug for my husband here.
You can, absolutely.
My husband is, he doesn't like to hear me say this, but the feminine aspect of my husband really comes through in many arenas. And as a chiropractor, he's like the kids like go running to Dr. Peter, especially the little girls, you know, they're wide-eyed, and it's like, Dr. Peter, and he's like, princess, and they just kind of, they love Dr. Peter. And so I guess I don't like stereotypes of just saying that all men chiropractors are a certain way. It's like they're all different, they're all unique, just like we are all unique. And but what I wanted to really share is that I practiced by myself before I met my husband for 1.5 years, and it was I look at that as a blessing. Because I got to see, very different than some other women chiropractors who may have started with their husbands, I got to see that I could do it, that I could really be successful on my own without my husband. And then when I got married and Peter and I started practicing together, it was different, you know, because he was in the office more. I was taking care of the kids, so it really kind of changed the dynamics, and I kind of lost some of my power in those years when I was in the house with the kids and not so much in the office. And I feel like now the kids are out of the house, and I feel like I'm having like this renewed like power as a woman, and I feel like LCW, League of Chiropractic Women, and all of my girlfriends have really support that in me, and I get to see all these wonderful, amazing, successful women who are, a lot of them practicing by themselves, and some of them practicing with their husbands, and how, you know, my power gets renewed by just rubbing shoulders with all of you, and I thank you all for that.
And our newest friend, who I just had the privilege of meeting tonight, you came a long way to be with us.
Yeah, I've come all the way from England. While you were saying that about being amongst people, I think for me, it's only been a day of being here, but I often feel in my own environment at home a little strange, lost maybe even, with other women that are parents of my kids or, you know, whatever. So for me, being here is kind of about, I feel really normal. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Whereas I often, you know, people look at me like, oh, you have all those kids and you don't give them drugs, and, you know, so I often feel like I'm a little strange. So it's really nice being here and feeling like one of the gang.
And I will tell you that
Yeah.
that's why, like in the beginning, I said, because so often we do feel like being a stranger in a strange land, and this is the one place we don't have to defend or explain. We just all have the same values, the same belief system. We operate from above down, inside out. So we're so glad to have you, all the way from across the pond.
And it was nice to see you with your baby here, nursing your baby, which is something we see at any chiropractic seminar that we go to. But if you go to any traditional seminar, whether it's a self-fulfillment seminar or a personal or financial growth seminar, you don't typically see women bringing babies. You don't see anyone in the audience kind of accepting of people bringing babies, especially nursing babies. And here, as in at all chiropractic seminars, it is so welcomed because it is so normal. That was one of the best things for me, having my babies always at the seminars with me. And I can remember my mother saying, you brought the baby to a seminar? Like, didn't anybody mind? And I say, mind? They were all trying to grab the baby and hold the baby and you know, take them away so that they could enjoy a little bit of time with the baby, because that's what we do as chiropractors. And it's true. We're not a stranger when we come here. This is home, no matter what state we're in, no matter where we're meeting. When we get together with other chiropractors, female or male, but definitely when we're together with our female chiropractors, this feels so comfortable.
And I will have to say, I have gone to some chiropractic seminars where their rules are children are not allowed in the room. And that is rare, but it does occur. And we, as the League of Chiropractic Women, we wanted to make sure that people knew that children are our future in chiropractic, and they learn the principles and the love and the giving in a seminar about chiropractic. So as a league, we've always tried to look at how can we help make a mother feel comfortable in the room and provide for the mother and the child.
Right. Well, I can tell you as a mother, I definitely appreciate that, because it is sometimes tough to say, well, do I pay for childcare and go to the seminar and pay for the seminar, or do I skip the seminar, or do I bring the child with me? And a lot of times the moms have to really weigh out their options of what is best for me, and am I going to be able to participate in and enjoy the seminar, or am I going to feel like I'm a burden, or am I disrupting the seminar if I bring my child? And then the flip side is, am I missing out on being with my child if I'm at the seminar? So that's why I love that you brought the baby here, and she's absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. And I think too, like being a mum, and I never wanted to be a mum and that's it, you know, but I never wanted to be anything else either. I just want to be me, and part of being me is being a mum, being a wife, and not so much, I don't even see being in chiropractic as a career, it's just part of who I am. And so I couldn't imagine not. Those things are all just who I am. So when people go, well, how do you juggle it all? I don't even see it like that. It's just who I am, you know. Work, a bit of work here, a bit of mum over there, and breastfeeding, Skype call, got the pram going, you know. It's just
Otherwise known
like,
as a carriage here.
carriage here, yeah, we call it practice. So,
You multitask without
Yeah.
thinking about it.
I couldn't be one without the other, you know. And I thank God for chiropractic. I wouldn't be the mother I am without it.
It's awesome. Yeah, it was a little more challenging for me I can't say that I was able to multitask when my kids were born. It was a challenge to just kind of keep it all together, to be able to be a mom, and I really wanted to be the chiropractor, and I was torn by the two. And I had, my first child was, as most first kids are, they're, it's your first time, so it was more challenging for me, and I stopped practicing probably for the first 5-6 months, and I thought that she was going to be born, and I was going to put her in a backpack, and I was going to be down in the office within 2 weeks, and here it was 6 months later, and I'm rocking in a chair at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, nursing her, and I hadn't slept in 3 weeks, and I was crying, and my husband walked in and says, "You're coming back in the office, and I will take care of the baby a certain number of hours in the week, and we'll just switch. You'll go downstairs," because we had a home office. So it was more challenging. So I envy women that can just juggle all of these different things.
But don't you think going back into the office gave you that rest from?
Absolutely.
Amen. My
you know?
sentiments exactly.
I think too, there's just so much pressure on you to be this perfect thing, and it doesn't exist. Every baby's different. They come at different times in your life when you're at different stages in your life, and there is no such thing as the perfect way. Every birth is different. It just. I don't know.
I found for me that in the beginning I tried to maintain the same schedule that I had before the kids were born, which was I worked 5 days a week. And there were half days in there. So I thought, well, after the kids come, I'll just work 5 half days a week. And I realized, oh my gosh, I can't in one day be a mom and be a chiropractor. So I switched it to 3 full days a week. So when I'm a chiropractor, and to this day, I'm 100%. And on my days off, I'm the mom. In that way, for me, I could compartmentalize and be at so much peace and joy when I'm in the office, and not as much peace and joy right now at home, but peace and joy comes the next day. But it really was easier for me so that I never had to leave the office. But it really, there's peace in the office.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
a lot
totally.
of peace in the office.
I go to work for a rest.
Yeah.
And isn't that the beauty of the League of Chiropractic Women? Because you as mothers, or any other mother out there, what's going your way or how it's working your way, you can find somebody who can hold your hand or support and understand, because they've been there. And some people it's been different, but the vast experience is here within the League to help you as you navigate through any aspect of your life, and especially being a mother and a chiropractor or a chiropractic wife or a CA, that you've got that support here.
But I do want to say, for those women that aren't mothers, as far as they didn't physically birth and raise a child, that there's that place for them here too, in that, because it's like, well, what's next kind of thing. Sometimes when you have kids, okay, what's next? What's their next milestone? And when you don't have those kids, what pulls you to the what's next kind of thing? Mm-hmm. And so we have that experience as well. There's a number of women here that have not had children, but yet they still have some of the similar trials and tribulations of birthing practices and birthing relationships, and some relationships flourish and some end, and so it's really an incredibly diverse knit, really.
I think that's the best way to describe it, because no two women have the same story, and no two women are going to practice the same. And no two women should define success the same way. We should all define success in our own way. What is successful to me should matter to me. And what is successful to anyone else should matter to them. No one should have to live by my definition. I should not have to live by their definition. You should not have to live by somebody else's definition. Whether that's a male's definition, the profession's definition, or another woman's definition, we should all be able to define success our own way and practice our own way. And that is what is so comfortable here, because there is no competition here. There is no bar that we have to jump up to try to raise up, to meet, to push up higher. we're all accepted where we are, how we show up. And that, to me, is the true testament of women supporting women and helping each other thrive.
Amen.
I went to help a chiropractor, this is years ago, like 15 years ago, and she was really struggling with her practice, and she asked me to come in, and it was to help her with her CAs actually, but what it turned out was it was actually helping her. But we were sitting down and talking about some things in her office, and I said, so, you know, what sort of chiropractor do you want to be? Like, do you want to just see people with pain, or do you want to do it? And then we went through all these different things, and how many hours do you want to work, and da-da-da. And what it came down to for her really was she was striving for this thing of success up here that she hears at all these seminars or people talking about, but really it wasn't what was in her heart. And that was what her unhappiness was about. It wasn't the fact that she wasn't seeing these people or this or that, is that in her heart, she wanted to see people with pain. Like, she wanted to fix people with pain. She didn't want to see people all the time that were well. That was not making her happy. And so, you know, we had this conversation, and so she decided that that's what she was going to do, and she didn't want to see more than 40 people, and she didn't want to work this many hours, and all of a sudden, she just had success and happiness enjoying her life. And I think that that's really key in chiropractic, to remember that, you know, there's something for everybody, you know, and for not to make those people feel wrong. And I think sometimes in chiropractic you can make those people feel wrong, and it's not wrong, you know, it's just that's right for her, you know. And she's now a happy chiropractor. She could have been one of those chiropractors that kind of left the profession, because she wasn't one of those, you know. So,
Very big point.
And that's something we've said from the beginning as founders. When we started, we said that we wanted to see women have their own unique expression, meaning like whatever's right for them at whatever season or time of their life. Like, you're on your 6th child and brand new baby right now, and so you've had different seasons and times with your kids in and out, and you're like going into a new season of your career in chiropractic. So if you're listening to this, please hear that, your own unique expression. Don't compare yourself to anybody else, but what makes your heart sing. That's the key.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the best message of all.
Absolutely.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Join us back on our website, lcwomen.com.